Fox Trap, and then switching to Cassandra, and I don't know what that charge into him. And
yeah. So we're at the moment we're hiding. We're doing it more with the presentation is more in world. So a frozen character is frozen, as opposed to just has a snowflake floating above their head. So yes, they do exist. They're just presented in a different way right now. Oh, okay. Sam's making all kinds of weird faces over there.
Would you like to?
Would you like to add a comment?
Sebastian joins
if this mic is live, there we go. Right. Elaborating on that, the one thing that we're trying to do in Inquisition that's a little more interesting than the strict cross-class rules we had in DA2 is just making that effect-based interaction where maybe I have one warrior who stuns someone and then somebody else has a talent that exploits stun, and it could be another warrior, or if you have those abilities on the same character, just making sure that we have enough opportunities for all the party members to interact with each other and create opportunities for each other to interact during combat. If that makes sense.
Thank you.
What's the maximum weight that this stage can hold, just in case I start pulling up more and more people from the team?
Hillary?
A lot.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Not any other question, Hillary.
The next best question?
You should assume
The next best question sounds bad too.
Darn it. Oh man, I love that demo. I'm still talking about it with as many people as possible.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So what are some of your favorite features and content that you can talk about currently in the game?
For me, that's really hard for me to do because I think a Bioware game is at its best when everything starts to knit itself together into an overarching whole. One of the things that for me is really great about Inquisition is the sense of you being a leader, you being the primary actor in the world. So that's combat, that's the keep system, that's making your mark on the world, that's the way we're storytelling, all that stuff coming together into one thing.
I think for me, I've always been, I kind of love all the features for all my pretty children. But I still, I am kind of the writer at a distance, right? I can't actually go in and tackle it. But the followers, and I won't go into details, but the followers that we've got and the ones that I've had the privilege of doing read-throughs on are pretty spectacular this time around. There's some really good interplay, some really good tension between them. So they're coming along nicely. In terms of stuff that I can get into more detail, I have been carrying a torch for the conversation system that you can walk away from for a long time. That's something we prototyped many moons ago, and it never quite saw the light of day. It was never quite the right time to put it in. And we're still tuning it, but yeah, just the agency that gives you to be able to someone, you walk up, someone seamlessly goes, oh, hello there, and if you want to talk, you can, and if not, away you go. For me, it was an incredibly powerful thing, and it was good to tackle. Like, I think there should be no sacred cows in game development, right? It's like, well, we've done conversations like this for so long. I remember when it was first being developed, our DEP we were working with at the time, right at the end of Jade Empire, we were doing some prototype stuff, and he said, I want to be able to walk away from anything, anytime, anywhere. Remember that, Luke? And we got it working, and it tripled the size of every conversation because they had to have different goodbyes. It was brutal, but we've refined it since then, and so for me, it's just such a cool thing to take something that's been so fundamental and been so kind of unchanging and go, well, cool. Here's something new we can do with it.
Okay. Yeah. Another thing that gets us conversations you can walk away from gets you conversations you can walk with. It gets you interactive banter. holding this and people are nattering behind you, they can throw it to you now and then. And you can, and if you just keep on walking, they can recognize that.
I know, from somebody from audio and voiceover production, that actually frees us to be able to give you better performances because we can do better interrupts, we can do better timed scenes just from an actor sitting in a booth perspective. It frees them to do a better job of their character. It's
Dragon fights.
That's
my favorite.
And audio in general, actually, I love. It's not really a feature to answer that question, but it is some of the audio in this game and some of the systems that we are able to use with the Frostbite engine. From everything from the way we record VO to the way that we use matrices and sounds that are more naturally generated, so that it doesn't sound as repetitive. We can make it less annoying for a 60 to however long hour game.
I must go.
Yeah, it is. There's no more you have to go. Yeah, so
Fun audio fact, the sound guys have actually developed a system for any motion used in conversation now interacts with the armor and modifies itself based on the armor you're wearing. So if you shrug and play mail, it dynamically changes, so it goes ka-ching on you. The thing you will never notice, because it seems so obvious, but the closest 10 trees emit creaks as they move in the wind. So there's actually positional tree sounds dynamically generated.
A lot of the things that have impressed me have been, audio guys running by going, check out this cool thing, it's amazing, check this out. And you run to their office and you look on their screen and you listen to their amusing speakers and you just kind of go, whoa.
Or half the time it's so natural, you go, what? And it's super crestfallen, and they go, let me turn it off. And you go, oh, whoa, that's totally missing. Yeah, so it's really nice.
Hello.
Hello.
So I've got a question on, it's not one of the flashier part of the game, so it's my favorite parts, like the codex entries, and where you're going into histories and things that you just don't have time to have a conversation about with the characters. And I just kind of wanted to hear you guys talk about that. Like, is it stuff that you wanted to include in conversations and didn't have time? Was it just extra stuff? Other ways to interact with the codex, maybe?
Well, the nature of conversation means you got to record that, and it's expensive, and it has to be done well in advance, and we lose the places we can cheat. Back in the day, nothing's recorded. You still need to get it translated, but that's that takes X amount of time as opposed to X amount of time. So you lose your safety nets very, very quickly when you're working to the low balls from what to achieve. There's still room to move, but a great place to put things is text only, just because it allows us to expand on the lore in ways that aren't somebody just that in your face. And you can find that, and there's plenty of games that have explored how powerful that is. I mean, you look at Infinite that just came out, like the story is there. It's not in your face, though. It's you find it, and the depth of the world for Inquisition and for Origins and all this is there if you want to engage with it. And the codex is a weird beast, because part of the benefit of it is not, oh, I read that and I loved it. It's we get a lot of people who are like, yeah, I love that's there. I don't read them, but wow, I love that it's there. So we're taking we're really looking at the codex to try and make it more accessible to people, so you don't have to go digging. Like DA2, people lamented like, oh, we missed the item descriptions that you had. The previous games, we missed those. We had some. They were there. There were some. They just gave you codex entries, and then you had to go freaking digging for them, and you couldn't find them. It's frustrating for us too that these gems are buried, and we want to make that. We want to expose that to more people.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is that you don't walk up to somebody. When I landed in Seattle for PAX, I didn't walk up to somebody and say, tell me about Seattle. Tell me more about Seattle. So there's some information.
That's enough about Seattle. There's other things I'd like to ask.
I'm
a normal human being.
There are some things that really don't belong in conversation. You don't interact with people in some ways. So,
Hey, you guys want to know something cool?
Yeah.
No.
That's
That's the end of our panel.
You know what you're not going to find, well, probably more than one of? Speaking of items, ring. You're going to find rings with names. Yeah, that's a real thing.
generic stuff.
Yeah, so a number of people push very hard on that. Actually, the Loc team being able to dynamically generate names for stuff and then translate them in a very smart way. And Josh Stick's one of our systems guys sitting down one week going, I'm going to fix this. And developing an entire system for magical activity.
wasn't that system called Ring?
It was called Ring. That's yes.
A random item name generator.
That's right. That's right. Which I thought was a stroke of absolute genius.
And then one of our programmers, Sidney Tang, and Christmas 2, and Tom Zapoczynski, at the time, they had to take that, and if any of you know another language, verbs and nouns and adjectives don't always go in the same order. They all flip around, and some of them have weird endings and stuff, depending on whether you're speaking formally, informally, or male or female, or whatever. They figured out how to make that work, and they did it in an amazingly short, efficient time. And I'm thankful for them, because if you're sitting there in, I don't know, Germany, and everybody else gets to play a game with the Masterful Sword of the Wolf, and you get one that says sword, you feel a little bit like a second-class citizen. So
Also, you'd wonder why there was an English word in your game. He's so weird.
Yeah.
By the way, Josh is right back there. I just spotted him.
Hi, Josh.
wave, Josh.
Hey, you want to come up on stage, Josh? Come on.
Hillary says the stage can hold
Come on, Josh. The stage won't fall down.
Just do it.
Look, there's an extra chair here.
You may recall Josh from that Game Informer video that made the internet lose its shit because how dare we play with a console controller? How dare.
Was that the one where Aaron Flynn walks around the
Yeah, that's
studio
where Aaron.
3 times?
That's where Aaron randomly walks in and out of frame, in 4 different shots.
He's
Yeah.
like,
Aaron, always on the move.
He's a dynamic and proactive individual. He's got things to do, people to see.
Wait, we have questions.
Yeah, actually. I like what you guys have had to say so far about the use of the Frostbite engine. I'm just wondering if, going forward with